Is up, Friday nighters. Uh, are you still with us? It's super late. It's late in the evening, a lot later than we normally would be. And we're also with a face that is not double A Adamantium Adam, but instead we have here my sister, Untamable Amy, who you might remember all the way back from episode 20. Had her on the show since the Game of Thrones episode, so it's been a little while.
It
So
has been a little while.
yeah.
What's up, Friday Nighters? We're starting a little late, but it's okay.
It's definitely better late than never, so we appreciate you
sure.
Filling in for our missing compatriot, our companion, Double A Adamantium Adam. Guys, we'll go ahead and get it right out of the way. Is that there is a minor. No one has got COVID, but there has been a potential for there to be an exposure. So we're just being extra cautious, extra safe. All of our equipment and gear is over there at his place, the pod lab where we normally do the show from. So our normal mic, pretty much everything except the laptop that we use is over there. I did a TikTok earlier. I didn't show everything, but you know, we're using different equipment. I don't have my headset. We don't have our headsets. So please let us know. The sound may be different. We're in a different space, so that may also affect it. But we hope that you'll bear with us and let us know how it turns out. We're
working with what we got.
We're working with what we got. We wanted to bring you guys a show. It is just another Friday night, an unusual one. And again, we're just exercising all the precaution. Me and Double A, we're going to do this by virtual, but we're still kind of hashing out the details on that. But he's okay. I'm okay. You know what I mean? But we're just being extra precautious. We're going to kind of self-quarantine for a little bit, and then we'll resume business as usual if we have to. If we got to wear masks, we'll wear masks. If we got to go virtual, we'll go virtual. But for right now, that's what we're doing. So, guys, as you know, in the format we do, every 30 minutes we take a little break. That's when we go ahead and read comments, answer questions. I don't know if this show is going to go as long as the me and Double A one. I'm asking you guys to hang out, a little bit later than normal. But I may read comments intermittently here and there. But normally I do it at the 30-minute mark, or we do it at the 30-minute mark, me and Double A. But me and Untamable Amy will probably mix it up a little bit. The format's going to be a little bit different. I chose a hell of a day to, quit drinking. But I'm going to go ahead and resume in light of current events. The stress of trying to put it all together and manage it, and even just getting a table and a light and stuff like that in the interim. But yeah, it is what it is. We're here. I'm happy to have you here. We're being safe. You know what I mean? So when you can't podcast with your podcast partner, podcast with someone that's in your house. You know what I mean? And so we're here and doing the best that going to do the best that we can, guys. I don't really have any news. Our topic we just kind of made up because me and Double A were going to do something else, and a couple of other things, and so we're changing that up. So I'm going to go ahead and just go. Me and Amy talked about something that we thought we both would be able to speak about fairly knowledgeably and enjoy, and we got out some of our own collection here that we're going to discuss with you guys. Please feel free to comment, type in, write in any questions on the Facebook Live. Again, if you're listening to us on the podcast, just the audio version, which you'll hear later, then you don't get to write in any questions. So check out our live if you're listening just on that. But again, guys, we are on Anchor.fm, iTunes, Spotify. I just found out that we're on Audible. So if you listen to audiobooks, we're on Audible now. Amazon Music, Pandora. Where do you listen to music at?
That's a pretty good I don't know the right word I'm looking for.
Like a list, right?
Yeah, it's out there. Like, you guys are out there.
Yeah,
like before, I'm super proud of you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's an honor to be on again.
Yeah.
And, it's a little thrown together, and we're looking a little rough, and I already started drinking, even though...
I have not yet. I'm still maintaining, but this is what the quarantine does to you, right? Or I already not quarantine anymore, but we're trying to be safe.
I think
So the self-quarantine.
This is what the life we're living does to us right now.
Yeah, so. It's the self-imposed quarantine.
But to answer your question, I listen to you guys on Spotify.
Okay, good. That's probably like the easiest, most accessible, but I have had people say that they don't have that. So one more thing I will say, guys, if you notice, every day this month, we have a video coming out on YouTube. So a lot of people have asked us to be on YouTube. So we've had a YouTube channel for a while, but I really wasn't using it. But now I've set up for there to be, and here's the thing. we really weren't filming our content. So the only thing we were filming was this Facebook Live. Well, I figured out how I could pull the footage from Facebook Live off of Facebook and then put it onto YouTube, which I've done. So every day this week, including tonight at midnight, a video will release. It won't be this video. I'm not going to release this until later in the month. The reason being is because I'm trying to get all of our back catalog of Facebook Live videos out, which was a bunch of pre-shows. Now, if you know, guys, the new format is that there's no more pre-show. This is the show. We're going to do the show and talk for an hour here, and I'm just pretty much recording here and on our podcast platform that we use, so that way I can put it out into both places. So you can still always listen to just the audio version if you're riding in the car or anything like that. There's no need to or expectation to listen to it now. Listen to it when it's convenient for you. But we are here live now if you have questions or want to comment in about the subject matter and the topic. So we appreciate that. Again, you know, oh, wait a minute here. I want to take a quick second to read comments. Sorry, I just, only because it popped in. Double A Adamantium Adam is in the house watching live. Double A, it feels so good to have you here, man. In spirit. Again, if you want to hit that button and join the show, you just hit it and I'll accept it however it works on this end, and you'll be right here with us. But he says that hear you guys just fine and it sounds good. So great. Stitcher, Breaker, Podcast Addicts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Double A is reminding us of all of those too. So that actually puts my heart at ease, knowing that you're here with us, bud. Yeah, about the YouTube again, though. A video will release every, I accidentally messed up the time. I meant to do it at 12 noon, and it actually ended up being 12 midnight. So up until almost the last week of January, a video will release at midnight. So go to our Facebook, go to our YouTube channel, which is called Just Another Friday Night. Hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell for notifications. Then anytime a video comes out, you'll get notification. And again, if you saw it here on live, that's all you're seeing there right now. That's all that's coming out. But there is some other content on there that Double A did, which is reviewing some, I think he reviewed 1 or 2 albums, and then he reviewed about 3 or 4 single issues of comic books. We also have our first time going out to Authority Comics with Mario Delgado on there. So that is also on our YouTube. You can check that out. And again, subscribe. By the end of this month, it'll be caught up, and you'll be seeing our the Friday night's video will go out on Friday night, and then also going forward, it'll be like new content, like all the new shows will also be on there, like the day of. So you'll see it on Facebook Live. It'll come out on YouTube, and then it'll be available on all the podcast platforms. So I'm just setting it up this way right now so that the backlog can come out. One video a day, and then going forward we'll go from there. So we got about 22 subscribers right now, so
that's pretty good.
It's start. It's a start. Hey. So guys, please, again, Just Another Friday Night on YouTube as well as everywhere else you're looking at us, and then you get to see our lovely faces and us looking like crazy people. So in the midst of the quarantine, but let's just get right into it. Sis, we're at the almost a 10-minute mark. Mm-hmm. What are we talking about tonight? What did we discuss? So
we're talking about comedians, the funny guys, the laughs, the knee slappers, the guys that, and the girls, and the women, the guys, the ones that just get us rolling for whether it's dumb or traditional, just funny. I mean,
so we share a love for comedy. We both like funny stuff. As does Double A. Double A likes, comedy too. We've talked about doing a comedy show, but we just hadn't really put it together. And right now we actually have like a list kind of planned out. So this kind of coming in kind of affords us the opportunity to put in a show. Plus we were supposed to have a guest today anyway, so it fits in our format of me keeping a guest in. We've got Untamable Amy here. So, and it's a topic that we weren't initially going to talk about probably this month or even next month, me and Double A. So, like we started out talking about number one comedians that we've seen together. So we've seen a fair share of comedians together.
Yeah,
we'll sit and listen to, we'll go to comedy shows and see stand-up. We'll, watch stand-up on TV, you know what I mean? Like together.
Right.
But mainly what we do is, I know that you're a big fan of this and that like we kind of share this, that you'll listen to comedy on, would you listen on Spotify or listen on Pandora?
I listen on Pandora, Spotify. Now Spotify. More so Spotify because now you guys have, since you've had the show, I do more Spotify than anything else. But Pandora gets in there a few times.
I love to listen to comedy more on Pandora because it mixes it up a lot better. On Spotify, I feel like it's like people create the list and then they tend to cluster people like all the Tom Segura, all the Bill Burr, and I'm like, it's like I'm hearing the guy's bits one after the other. And I'm like, no, I love Pandora because it mixes all the bits, and you can add variety. That's why I know a lot of people are off Pandora, but Pandora is still really cool. Because you can, like I said, if I'm listening to the Jerry Seinfeld station, I can add George Lopez, whatever. Also Ruby. Hi, Allie. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Kalel. We appreciate you guys being here watching live. I did see a few more. Joe, thank you. Appreciate you saying about staying safe. Appreciate you being here, bud. Roxanne, hi Roxanne, thank you for saying the sound is fine. That's good to know. If you've ever been where we are at right now, then you know where we are, and the sound could easily probably break up. Hi Maria, mom, that is both of our mom. We are from the same two parents, believe it or not, despite the disparaging differences in our looks is what we've often heard. But we really appreciate all of you being here. Khalil was going to join us today, but he made a last minute change of heart at the end. So maybe another episode. Khalil, we don't know how many we'll do like this, but if there is another opportunity, I'd love to have you on. Let says hello, cousins.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, Let, guys. Again, we are Facebook Live. If you're listening to the audio version, we do go live every Friday night, record the show on Facebook Live as well, so you can have a chance to come in, comment, and talk about that. Holty Bear of our Stephen King episode says, good to see you guys. Good to see you too, John. Appreciate you being here, man, on the live. Yeah, so we said, let's talk about that. Let's talk about comedy. We're going to kind of... So the first thing is we are going to talk about comedy movies, but we're going into a batch of stuff that I think most people haven't seen. And I one show in particular, I literally went through my collection and I went through Amy's collection and I said, okay, we're going to do, let's do these. We could talk about Austin Powers, Ace Ventura. We could talk about the bigs, that everybody knows.
Which are classics.
Yeah. Coming to America. You know what I mean? Harlem Nights. You know what I mean? Like pretty much anything Eddie Murphy, guys.
Yeah.
We could talk about Delirious and Raw, his stand-up. We could talk about Richard Pryor stand-up. But, I feel like those are really well-known and really well-regarded for what they are. But, we're going to touch on a little bit of everything. If anybody has any suggestions or things they want to talk about or tell us their favorites, please feel free to comment in. We're going to talk about that too. But we're going to kind of, again, talk a little bit about just some of our stuff. You know what I mean? And then we'll kind of just go from there. So, let's run down the list real quick. Well, first, you brought some drinks out here. Guys, I was trying not to drink for 2 months because I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. This camera's adding 10 pounds here. And, this faux jawline I've given myself is not going to keep cutting it.
I know somebody who likes it.
So, yeah. But, and I'm also wearing these pretzels are making me thirsty shirt right here.
That is a cool shirt. And I'm just repping the old just another
Hey, there
Friday
you
night.
go, right? You know what I mean? You go through your wardrobe and you say, what am I going to wear that from my love of comedy? And it's like you might not have a big, extensive list to go through.
Yeah.
So one of the things, I was going through your collection, right? And I was pulling out stuff, and I was also going through my collection. So I want to talk about a movie that we love, that we talked about. Maybe we talked about a little bit or not enough during Halloween in October, our October series. But Beetlejuice. People think of it like as a Halloween movie. They think of it like as, but it's not really scary. It's more funny. Would you categorize it as a comedy?
I would categorize it as a comedy.
I mean, it is mainly
laughs. I mean, I could definitely watch it all year round.
All year round, for sure.
But I could see it as being like a Halloween movie. I mean,
like if I was working at CD Exchange and dating myself, right, or I was working at Movie Exchange or an old school Blockbuster, I would put it with the comedies because it's mainly funny. You know what I mean?
It's
got a horror element, but it's definitely not a horror. And I'm sure there's a genre of horror that's like that. Foxy Roxy, our resident horror expert, could probably tell us whatever. You know what I mean? And so
I feel like it's a little bit like it's got that eerie feel.
Yeah. There are definitely parts that are scary. Like I think that's still kind of scary.
I think
about
if you've never
Beetlejuice.
seen it and you watch it, you're gonna get a few jumps. I think because you're just like, ah.
But I think mainly Beetlejuice, it would be a comedy. You know what I mean? So that there are dark comedies as well. But Untamable Amy poured us up some shots here, and I would be remiss if I didn't drink them because I need to get my buzz on given today's level of stress. Our co-host Double A says, I say comedy. So there you go, from both sides of the Just Another Friday Night, and our guest here, we agree that it's comedy. So Untamable Amy, what are we drinking here?
So tonight we're gonna have a little bit of Jameson, get a little warm.
Yeah. Hey, also I want to congratulate you on your new venture in your career-wise, and I know you're moving from one space to another, but I'm making it an emotional moment.
I know.
But
Thank you,
cheers
though,
to that, and I know that you loved what you were doing and you were great at it, and I wish you success in your new thing. And also here to all the Friday Nighters, guys, appreciate you being here with us extra late. It's awesome. Oh yeah. Been a while since I had one of those. Double A says, the suicide part sucks. Civil service for eternity. The lost souls part in Beetlejuice is definitely a part that trips you out. If you're, I remember seeing it little and thinking that. And Foxy Roxy says, Beetlejuice is hilarious. No denying that. So, okay, let's start off first. Let's go with stand-up.
So you mentioned about some of the stand-up comedians that we've seen together.
Yeah. So run them down. Who are the big? Who are the ones there?
We definitely saw Tracy Morgan, which.
Cheers, Double A. Cheers, Jill.
Cheers, guys.
Yes, Tracy Morgan. We saw Tracy Morgan at the Majestic.
The Majestic.
Let's break it down a little bit. What did you think about Tracy Morgan? Do you remember about that show? I know we have a both specific memory, guys. If you know Tracy Morgan, he's what would be the main thing that you say movie-wise?
Oh, gosh.
He was in the one with...
I feel like he plays a lot of small parts.
Yeah, he was in the one with Bruce Willis. I just saw him in something, though, and he was so damn good. Oh, for New Year's Eve, me and my lady, Jess, we stayed at a hotel. We stayed at the Gunter downtown. If you saw my personal TikTok, you saw it there. But one of the things we watched was Taraji P. Henson's movie, which is... like a redo of the Mel Gibson one, which is it's called What Men Want. Mel Gibson was in the What Women Want. Okay. This is the What Men Want. She said she always wanted to see it. It was there. Okay. It's so cool there at a hotel now, by the way, guys. You can hook up your own Prime and Netflix and then clear out your credentials when you're done.
He's also in the one with Adam Sandler, The Longest Yard.
The Longest Yard, that's right. Yeah, kind of a smaller part. Yeah.
One of the girl prisoners.
Yeah, right. He comes out a small part in...
a bunch of
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, yeah. But I think the main one, somebody Cop Out. He's in Cop Out with Bruce Willis. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
It's directed by Kevin Smith. So we know him and Kevin Smith are tight. He loves him. Somebody's going to call me in there. Joe SNL. Says SNL. So yeah, that's right. And SNL alone.
I've seen any of his SNL work.
I'm not sure if I've seen it either. But anyway, we go to see him stand up because we love him. Even in all his bit roles, he's great. Super hilarious, Tracy Morgan, right? And what was going on at that show?
So I was super stoked to go see him. And I was like, this guy's going to make us just fucking
We were kind of in the balcony part. But it's great in the Majestic, guys, because when you're in the balcony at the Majestic, you're looking down right onto the stage. You feel like our seats were okay?
Yeah, I
thought pretty good.
I thought we were like lower, I guess, because we were that kind of close. It's not that big of a. It's not a big venue.
The Majestic's not big here in San Antonio if you've ever been, but
I thought it was pretty good. Like I thought we could see him good.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's good.
Clearly,
and you can hear great. Small venue, so.
But I'm pretty sure he was drunk and high.
And all of the above.
For sure.
Like the show was like kind of like watching a little bit of a train wreck, right? Like you're like, wow, he didn't really get to the jokes because. He was like
discombobulated.
He
wasn't all the way there. Like he wasn't in the show.
Yeah.
And I remember even someone bought him a drink.
Right.
And he didn't accept it.
Yeah. He was like, why the fuck am I gonna drink that? I don't know what the fuck is in that.
Yeah.
And he was like going off. And we were like, oh shit, like what the hell? Like is this part of the shtick? Like it was like I don't really remember any of the jokes.
It wasn't as good as it needed to be.
Yeah, it kind of made you feel a little bit uncomfortable. And we still love Tracy Morgan. Still great.
Right.
But that stand-up was a little bit off kilter. I was
Maybe he just had a bad run of the week.
Or that day or that series.
Yeah.
So, to take, when you go to a comedy show, if you've never been, they usually have an opener. They do about 15 minutes if you're there live or less. Tracy did have one. I can't remember who it was. But then they do pretty much an hour set, guys. So if you buy a $60, $70, even if you're a splurger and you're going to pay for like Chappelle or George Lopez, you know that they only do about an hour of material.
Right.
So no matter what, you're paying for like an hour. You know what I mean? Like,
and it feels like it goes by fast.
It feels like it goes by really fast.
You're like, God, it was already an hour.
Yeah. So that was one, not the greatest experience up front, Tracy Morgan, but let's hit another one.
We saw Brian Regan together.
Yeah, we saw Brian Regan. So if you guys don't know Brian Regan, I actually own one or two of his comedy DVDs. Brian Regan is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
He
I think he does clean comedy, right?
does all clean comedy.
But
Yeah.
so much. So I didn't know who he was until you introduced me to him.
And actually, I thought it was you that introduced me to him.
You know, it's been
through
so
your
long.
your ex boyfriend is the one that.
Oh, maybe maybe he did.
Would play him a lot.
That was like such a decade ago, 2 decades maybe.
Right. So Brian Regan, he's been on. If you watch Comedians in Cars with Seinfeld, which is on Netflix, he's been on there. I think twice he's had him on. Really smart. I really feel like all comedians are really intelligent. They're really intelligent because they got to think quickly. They got to get from one thing to the next.
Be on their toes.
Totally on their toes. And Brian Regan is definitely that. And it's like all clean comedy. And when I say clean, he just doesn't curse. You know, there's no cursing, you know what I mean, anything like that or whatever. So, but he does it in such a way that's
thanks, Mom.
Really elegant. And to hear Brian Regan is great. We saw him. We were also with Aaron B. of formerly of Best Burger, aka The Big Bite. Aaron is still gonna get into something, guys. Probably back on YouTube soon, but he's moving on to other ventures.
He's a man of many talents.
I'm trying to get speaking of comedy, I'm trying to get him and Marquise and maybe even Steven together for a Boozecast virtual reunion on the Boozecast page. Oh my God, that would be
so awesome.
Yeah, so they don't know this, so they're finding out right now. But
yes.
Yeah, so what do you remember about Brian Regan? Did he kill? I think he killed.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I remember that it was a good show. I do remember.
Right.
I don't remember where it was at though.
I want to say we saw him at the Empire Theater, which is really near where the Majestic is. It's still in downtown San Antonio. Another great small venue. It was either there at the Empire, or I don't know if the Empire and the Charlene McCombs are the same. They call them the same thing, but that's where it was, and it was another small, great venue, perfect for comedy.
Yeah.
And again, we were kind of in that upper part, but when you're in the balcony there at comedy, it's like you're looking down right on them, and you can still see them pacing back and forth. So it's still really good.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he was a good one.
I remember him being really, really excellent is what I remember.
And I think before I really got into comedy in my older age, I think I thought that people couldn't be funny without cussing and dirty jokes and stuff. Right. But when it's more about like real life things that are happening to you, like that shit's fucking funny.
Yeah, and he adds voices and like you know, like his gestures, his faces are really great. He's got a really great face, Brian Regan. So guys, if you haven't ever seen Brian Regan, look him up on YouTube, check him out. Totally hilarious. You know, and like I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. I'm wearing my Seinfeld shirt. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Seinfeld does a really clean set too. You know what I mean? He doesn't like the most he might get out of it is like a damn or you know.
And then when he throws those in, you're just like, all right.
Yeah. So that's one that I went to without you, but I got to go with our dad.
I would have loved to have gone to that one.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you got to go with our dad because he's a big lover of Seinfeld as well.
This was back in the day, not the most recent time Seinfeld came, but me and my dad went. You know, I think I gave that to him as a gift. We went and saw Seinfeld at the Majestic. He was great. At the end, he actually asked questions. You know, to the audience. He said, if anybody has questions they want to ask them to me, they ask. So people stand up and they shout at him pretty much. So it's pretty cool. And you know, he's kind of he's really quick on his feet. You know, and speaking the whole thing of comedy, I love the Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee show on Netflix. It was formerly on Crackle, and they moved it over to Netflix. And
is it still on Netflix? Because I was watching. I wanted to watch it from the beginning.
I gotta say, between that and you, that's what really initiated my love for coffee. Because I wasn't a coffee drinker almost my whole life. But that is, I was.
I feel like it wasn't until you were out of work for a minute that you started.
Well, that's when I also was.
You pick up bad habits when you're out of work.
Yeah, I was also binging that show during that time. Another bad habit because Comedians in Cars is only like 15 minutes.
Right.
But this is the way I think that Jerry does it. I think what he does is he says, hey, I'm going to come pick you up. He rents this awesome classic car. I know shit about cars, but the cars are always beautiful. He tells you a little bit about them. He goes and picks up whoever it is. Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Eddie Murphy.
Anybody who you think has ever been funny, I think he's...
How about a guy that maybe you didn't think was maybe not funny, but, Barack Obama. He had Barack Obama on there, and they did it at the White House.
Barack can be funny.
Yeah, he went to go pick him up. If you've ever seen it.
He's politically funny.
Seen him talk at that big luncheon that they have. I always forget what it's called, but thing that they do. So they they take he picks up Barack at the White House. They literally just turn him around at the gate, so they end up doing it at the White House. But I mean, he's had everybody on there. Some people that are no longer with us, Jerry has had on too. But what I think he does is I think he clears his schedule for the whole day. He hangs out with you, and then later on he has his editors cut together the best 15 minutes of what it is. Because there's a lot of these scenes where they're like on these long walks and they're walking, they're talking like me and you're talking. Mm-hmm. And you're like, well, what the hell are they saying? I want to hear it. But they just got music playing, or then it shows them kind of making the coffee, and they'll go get coffee at different places. You know what I mean? You know, he had Louis C.K. on, of course, before all the Louis C.K. drama.
I still love Louis C.K. because I don't...
Yeah, that drama's crazy. You know, but I love Louis C.K. too. He's still very funny, very hilarious.
I would have loved to have seen him.
Yeah, I would like to see him too. He may come back. We don't know.
But I would recommend the Seinfeld show,
Comedians in
Cars, yeah, to you guys, because I watched a couple episodes and I wanted to watch every one of them. I just haven't got there yet, but
you can binge it really fast, I think, and you can. It's very binge worthy. So I know Friday Nighter. And co-owner of Charcuterie to Go, Priscilla, is also a huge fan of Comedians in Cars getting coffee. So, and Foxy Roxy comments in and says Christoph Waltz too. That's right, yeah, Christoph Waltz. That's a really great one. Seth Rogen, they go to eat Arby's. He picks him up in this really like piece of shit car, which I kind of was a little insulting. I was like, is he trying to insult him, or is it just like hardcore?
I wonder
ribbing?
if he picks the cars based on how he perceives the person.
I think he kind of does,
but not as like. Maybe as how he perceives them as a comedian.
Right.
Like the types of movies they do, the stand-up they do, the jokes they say.
Yeah.
You know, not as an actual person.
Right,
you know
right.
What I mean?
Because some of the Louis C.K. ones are kind of kooky or whatever, but then other people he gives them, like, they get the full, like, I mean, Jamie Foxx was incredible. Like,
I hold Jamie Foxx high, even though I consider
Texas
him
boy.
Funny. I mean, he can
do it all.
He's like
really
a 360 for me. He's
like
a Johnny Depp for me, and like a Christopher Walken, and just so many others for me. I feel like he's on that bar of actors. I mean, he can sing, he can dance, he can do it all.
Dude, you can do it all, man. I mean, Oscar winning, you know, right there. And again, from Texas. So that's really awesome about Jamie Foxx.
That's a good guy.
So, let's get into another guy that we saw together.
Mm-hmm.
Probably our most recent, maybe, Bill Burr. So
we saw Bill Burr. I don't know, again.
At the Majestic. Again, we kind of had an off moment. Now, that time, you know, it's kind of funny that time because...
I think I got a little drunk.
I think I also got a little drunk. You know what sucks too, guys? The last time that me and Untamable Amy were on a show together, we were doing our Game of Thrones episode. And if you've ever heard that episode, I've only ever listened to it once because I don't have any desire to hear it again because I was super trashed. Because I had my first, at the time when we thought we were coming out of the pandemic, I went to my first after work happy hour in like a long time with like new work friends or whatever, and Aaron B was there.
Get you.
No good. By the time we did the show, which was a big mistake, and I apologize big time to you and to Double A about that because I wanted that Game of Thrones episode to be everything, and it was our 20th episode, and it was like, ugh.
Holty Bear was there with us.
Yes, Holty Bear was with us at Bill Burr.
I think we all got drunk.
Right. We all got drunk. But I also still think that we would have got the laughs out of it. I remember he wore boots. He was wearing boots. And
he had some moments, but the whole set, again, wasn't what it needed to be.
Yeah. And Double A says, the Mandalorian Bill Burr. Yeah, had we had known, right, I would have waited for him afterwards and been like, guys, we're getting pretty close to the 30-minute mark. We're not quite there yet. I'll tell you in a second or two. But when we get there, again, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to tell you I'm taking a break. I'm only taking a break for our audio listeners that will be hearing this after the live recording. But... in that break, I'm going to read through. We've already read most of the comments, but we'll read through them again, and we'll address anything and anyone wants to ask any questions or talk about last week's episode, which was all about The Mandalorian Season 2. Speaking of tying two episodes together, great call there, Double A.
I haven't listened yet, so.
Okay, well, it's about The Mandalorian Season 2. But you have seen The Mandalorian Season 2, so I know you're good on that.
I'm caught up on The Mandalorian.
So that's good. But yeah, again, guys, at that 30-minute break, every 30 minutes, and I don't know how long we're going to go tonight, but every 30 minutes we'll take a little break and we'll talk about, we'll read through the comments, answer any questions, anything that anybody else wants to say during that time. please feel free to do so. And again, you'll hear me say we're going to break, but if you're with us on Facebook Live, we're really not going to break. I'm just going to say that we're going to break. And since I've talked long enough to lead us right up to that moment, I might as well just do it right now. So, guys, stick around. We'll be right back in a quick sec, talking all about all things funny, all the ha-has, all the laughs.
All the hoopla.
Again, with Untamable Amy in the house again. Last seen on episode 20. Now back again to put up with my bullshit solo since missing my brother Double A. But he's here on our live watching and commenting, so it's like he's still here in spirit. All right, guys, we'll be right back. And again, guys, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, we're not going anywhere. I just do that for our audio listeners because that's how the system works. So apologize for that. So let's read through a little bit of the comments here. Guys, thank you so much for staying up late and joining us on the live. I'm going to scroll up real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, we did get John say good to see you guys. Joe says Seinfeld. Yes, that's right. Joe, cool thing. Double A has actually been to the diner where the guys, Jerry and the gang would always eat. I think it's actually called Tom's Diner. He got me a really great magnet from there. It's one of my treasured pieces. It sits on my fridge to this day. So Double A, if you have more to say about Seinfeld, the Seinfeld Diner, feel free to comment in. Again, we'd love to read it. Double A says, love the shirt, Amy, as do I. Joe says, I want a JAFN shirt. Joe, inbox me, man, because you know what? I got your ornament. It came to me. Apparently there was a mix-up with the comments, so I did get that. Let me know, and we'll see what we can work out. I know mail has been successful, but we can work something out. If I do mail, I have some really great boxes that are really kick-ass. I'm eager to use it, so do that and let me know. Annie does not want to miss anything on the order, so that's why she was asking you for screenshots of what you got or whatever, but you could also put that short order in directly through her. That might be the best way, because otherwise I'm just kind of the middleman really in a sense, but just let me know, we'll work it out. Roxanne says, nice fucking model, honk honk. Yeah, great part. Ada says comedy. We got to that, and Beetlejuice.
I think hilarious. I might know the whole movie from beginning to end.
That's impressive. That's impressive. I mean, I can watch it all the time. Holty Bear says, Ballpark Franks. I think that's the Tracy Morgan and them coming out. Ruby says, cheers to new adventures. Ruby, cheers to you. I'm so glad that you're here. It's good to see you on our live. Thanks, here. Mom says you're doing great. I agree, sis. Thank you for helping me out tonight.
Yeah, I do what I can.
Joe says great background to the show. Yeah, there's more to show, guys. I did a TikTok before. I was literally waiting for Amy to be ready. She had some other things going on. Holty says Alec Baldwin. That's right. Twice on Comedians and Cars, Alec Baldwin was on there with Seinfeld. Wow. They're both from the same town in New York, Massapequa. Try to spell that.
Say that 5 times fast.
Like that he talks about the car as well. Holty says yes, definitely love that. Joe says Jamie Foxx stand-up kills. Totally does. Ann is in the house. Ann says Amy. Woo, woo. Bill Burke, we got too drunk. That's right. Holty Bear, we did.
Really
and
drunk.
Then we got to Double A talking about the Mandalorian with Bill Burr. And Joe says Mandalorian's own. He definitely belongs to Star Wars now. So sorry, Bill Burr.
I think he did an amazing job, by the way.
Wait, Bill Burr is on the Mandalorian? Indeed he is, Roxanne. You need to catch up. Roxanne.
You hate him and then you love him, Rox.
The wife of Holty Bear is not caught up on the Mandalorian, guys. So feel free to give her shit. They have my permission.
You're breaking my heart, Rox.
Just another Friday night comments. Yes, he is, Roxanne. Hey, Double A, that's you. You were able to comment as us while we're on. So that's awesome to know. Double A says on song, really good episodes. Yes, right. Let's see what else here. Joseph. Okay, you guys might be having a side conversation. I'm not sure. Holty Bear says he's been to the Soup Nazi place. I did not know that. That's awesome, Holty. Very cool. Double A says the diner's super small and it's a sandwich restaurant. Okay, awesome.
I love sandwiches, by the way.
Yes.
And CM always gives me shit about loving sandwiches.
Because I say you can make a sandwich at home. What the hell? But sandwiches are good. I do love a sandwich.
But don't you love when somebody else makes your sandwich for you? Don't you love that?
Bill Burr has a great bit about getting your sandwich made. You got to hear that bit.
Nobody wants to make their own fucking sandwich.
Yeah, Bill Burr says you go in there, and then the guy says, "Oh, the mayo's over there, sir." And he's like, "Well, go over there and fucking get it, put on a fucking sandwich." He's like, "You see, I gave you all the money. I want you to make all the sandwich."
I'm agreeing with him.
He's like, "I don't have a smock on. I don't know if I fucking worked here."
He's a man who knows.
Joe says on the bucket list, definitely with you on that, Joe. I also want to make my way to New York and visit all the Seinfeld places. And Roxanne says, "Well, I saw the finale. What?"
Wait,
what kind of comment is that? We're gonna go ahead and get right back into
so
the
you're
recording. We're gonna get right back into the recording because that just hurts everybody's feelings, Roxanne. So just so you know, going on that note. Guys, thanks for hanging in there with us. If you're with us on the Facebook Live, then you know we didn't go anywhere, and we take that time to answer a little bit of questions. But if you're listening just on the audio, you heard me do a quick commercial. And if you're with us on Facebook Live and you want to hear that commercial, go listen to the audio version. I think I killed it. So,
it's a good commercial.
But we are back again, guys, with Untamable Amy in the house, talking all things comedy. We just got through talking about our Bill Burr experience with me, you, and Holty Bear. We had a great time because we were fucked up drinking Jameson as we're drinking tonight.
Yeah.
But maybe too good of a time because maybe we didn't remember enough of the show, or maybe the show just wasn't that memorable.
I think we drank because the show wasn't what we wanted it to be, and that sucks. You know,
I can tell you this: I think those shots were $9.
Yeah.
So Jameson at the comedy place, steep.
I think Jameson anywhere. Except for when you buy it at the liquor store.
So another big that we saw, because I know we're sticking on stand-up, but another big one that we saw Kevin Hart together.
We did see Kevin Hart together.
And before him opening, I remember this was the Plastic Cup Boys. And I remember that I think he had two guys. They did two maybe 10-minute sets. And the one guy right before him absolutely slayed.
I think I remember vaguely that he did. I remember that he did well.
Yeah, and I remember in that show, Kev. That's when he first had like the pyro and all that, because we got to see Kev right before like he really blew up. Yeah. He already was blown up enough to have pyro at his damn show, but he wasn't blown up where that we couldn't afford tickets. Like now we can't afford tickets to see Kev. So that was maybe it, right? Of the ones we've seen together, Tracy Morgan, Bill Burr, Brian Regan, Kevin Hart. Now, I on my own I've seen Nick Swartzen.
I would have loved to have gone to see that guy too.
Yeah, he was absolutely hilarious. He killed it. It was fantastic. This is like back in the Grandma's Boy days before he got fat.
He's very animated.
Very animated.
How about Fluffy, bro?
I've never seen Fluffy. I know that Friday Nighter Juan has seen Fluffy. Have you seen him?
No, I've never seen him, but and I would have loved to see George Lopez too.
Yeah, me too. But I feel like when they come here to San Antonio, it's like they're super expensive because it's Latinos.
Yeah, Juan did go see him.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, George Lopez would be another one. I'm sure a lot of the Friday Nighters probably have seen it there. Double A is reminding me of sorry right now, guys, in the comments too. See the full episode on YouTube if you missed the break that we do. The full episode will be on YouTube again towards the end of the month. This particular episode, but. Okay, well, who's on the list? Like a dream one that you want to see?
Oh man.
So for me, like right now, I'm waiting to see. Like, I would love to see Tom Segura.
I would love to see Dave Chappelle.
I would love to see Dave Chappelle. There was a
whole thing recently, but I don't care about all that. That's my boy. Even this guy had a whole shit.
Anyone that's hang around me lately has heard my little rant on Dave Chappelle. Love Dave Chappelle.
I'm faithful.
I'm still faithful to Dave Chappelle. I own the DVDs. They're in the house. I will show them. I've shown them before. I own all his shit. So I own his stand-up, and I own the Chappelle Show, and I think I might even own Half Baked. So I love Chappelle. And just this recent little tirade with getting the Chappelle Show pulled off of Netflix and off of HBO Max upset me a little bit because I'm lazy and I don't want to put my DVDs in. I want to just stream it. And
okay, we're not going to get into it.
We're not going to get into it. I love Dave Chappelle. I would love to see him live. I know Friday Nighter Marquise has seen him. Mm-hmm. So I know friends that have seen him and they say that he's great.
I don't think Eddie Murphy does any more stand-up. But I would have loved to see him.
I would love to see that. That would be an absolute.
And Richard Pryor because I think he's so funny.
Well, we can never see Richard.
What about like George Carlin?
Oh, George Carlin!
I know they're like oldies, but man, those are goodies.
No. When you hear that stuff, it's fantastic.
I've seen some of the ones that I really wanted to see because of you.
Right.
We bought tickets and we went.
Right.
Some of them were kind of a bust and not what we wanted, but.
Yeah. I got to see Amy Schumer.
Adam Sandler would love to see him. I think he would be amazing.
I think he would do stand up again. I think
Jack
he loves
Black.
stand up.
I would love to see Jack Black.
I don't know that Jack Black does a straight up comedy set. He might do some singing in there, which would be pretty rad.
I do love. I
think he has a great voice.
What's his duo called?
Tenacious D.
Yeah, like them two together. I would love it.
Yeah.
Me and Dad were just watching Wayne's World.
Oh
I
right.
love
Mike
him. I love Mike
Myers
Myers.
and shit, I'm forgetting Garth's name.
Uh,
Somebody toss it out to me here. Dana Carvey, got it.
Dana Carvey.
Thank you, whoever said it. If I beat you to it, but anyway, yeah. So those are all great
Yeah.
lists of the
It's
classics.
tough
Some
to
people
just
we can't see Carter
right.
anymore. We can't see Pryor anymore. You know what I mean? But we'll
we'll
probably never see Cosby.
I would have loved to see Chris Farley.
Yeah, that would have been good. Let's move a little bit over. And again, guys, now we're gonna kind of get into the movies and the shows. Obviously, I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. I think you're a Seinfeld fan, right?
I love Seinfeld.
But we're not gonna go into the bigs of comedy shows or even movies. We're gonna talk briefly. I want to talk about this one show because I saw this in my sister's collection, and it stands out because she's got 4 seasons of it sitting in there. And anybody that knows this, and I'm eager to see which of the Friday Nighters knows a little bit about this. So let's start. Is this season 1?
This is volume 1.
Who knows this right here? Let's put this right in the camera right here, guys. If you've never seen this and you want to laugh and you like weird off the wall shit,
I feel like the comedy that I like is
off the
I don't
wall?
even know what genre it would be, but it's not like normal.
Guys, this is the Aqua Teen Hunger Force. This is a shake, master shake. This is a frylock, and this is a literal meatball named Meatwad. He's a wad of meat. I think maybe because it's a fries and a shake, maybe he's going to be the hamburger, but he didn't maybe get there.
So it's part of Cartoon Network Adult Swim. So it's actually been out for a very long time, and I stumbled across it, I'm sure. And then I showed it to CM, and I don't know if I showed it to Marquise or if he had already seen it, but I got a few people into it, and it's just...
Let's keep going.
I just love it.
2. So, yeah, here's season 2. Guys, it's the weirdest shit. I'm seeing some comments coming in right now. I'm not going to read them right now. I'm going to wait till our next break. Season 3. I mean, when someone buys 4 seasons of something, these are the Moonanites, guys. It is so... weird. That's all I can say. It's so weird. When I first got my girlfriend Jessica 8 years ago, she was quoting this one episode, and I'm like, when did you see that? Like, nobody sees that. And it's like, the character that says, all I know is ball, good, and rape. And you're just like, what the fuck? But that's just one of many things. Like, the Brood Witch, it's basically a sandwich from hell. Speaking of sandwiches, during the break we talked about sandwiches.
There's too many,
I mean, it's like the most randomest shit. Carl, we love Carl. Guys, if you know Friday Nighter Juan Hernandez, he goes by Jay Dollars. That's speaking of comedy, one of the great up-and-coming comedians of our time that I know. He does a spot-on impersonation of Meatwad that will just have you rolling.
I think of Carl too.
Yeah, he does a pretty damn good Carl as well. And I got you some stickers for Christmas this year, right?
Yes, and it just reminded me of my love for the show. And I think I'm going to binge it soon again because I got the stickers and I was like,
I mean, you just cannot help but laugh, guys. And I know we're not doing it any justice because it's just, again, it's so weird and off the wall. You have to literally watch it to understand. Like, they live in this house. They're trying to swim in their neighbor Carl's pool, and he's like, "What the?"
He doesn't work, but he has a house and a nice
even he's like, "What the fuck are y'all? Are y'all like?" Are you a fries? Like, were you fries? Or you're a shake? Like, why do y'all talk? Like, there's no explanation that I can remember. I mean, like, then you got the Moonanites that are from the moon, but they're like digital. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
It kind of, I don't know if you've ever seen that show. It's the World of Gumball or something.
No.
So it kind of mixes like real life with cartoons or whatever, but that's like a kid show or whatever.
Okay.
But that one's kind of like
one of the characters is a gumball machine, right?
Right.
I've seen it, and then the blue bird.
Okay. Yeah. There's like just inanimate objects that just have faces
that are alive,
talk and stuff. There's a cloud.
Okay.
He's like a character.
Okay.
But they have like the hidden adult comedy in there, but it's for kids. And Kellel has watched it with me before, but it reminds me like kind of a take on the Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but way cleaner, like for kids.
This Aqua Teen Hunger Force not for kids. And if you're wondering where I got those stickers at, you're like, where the hell can I find that? Because I can see a lot of comments blew up right when we showed it. Toy Matrix out at Traders Village. Gary or Bobby will definitely take care of you. They have, not only do they have stickers, guys, that are fucking rad, but they've got a couple of T-shirts out there with the Moonanites on there, and then one with the whole gang, and they're by the pool in black and white. It's pretty cool. I think they're limited on sizes because guys, Gary and Bobby at Toy Matrix, again out at Traders Village, 15th Street, right down their way from Mario Delgado Authority Comics. They have some really awesome shit. Different from Mario. Mario's the authority on comics, but T-shirts, weird toys, old horror stuff. You go see Gary and Bobby. They'll take care of you. They'll hook you up. Tell them Just Another Friday Night sent you. But yeah, they're limited on stuff because they got a limited run of shit. Like the shit they have there is like shit you're not gonna get anymore. So it's like, again,
you can't find anywhere.
Aqua Teen stickers, a couple Aqua Teen shirts out there. I tried to get a couple for before Christmas, and they were out of sizes that I needed. But very cool, hilarious show. When you binge, I want to know.
Binge something funny. You're out of your show. Your show ended. Yeah. Do Aqua Teen just for some kick.
Just for fun. And they're pretty short, right? Like 22 minutes. Yeah. And I do want to read this one comment. I know we're not reading comments till 30-minute mark, but Joe did say he thinks it's available on HBO Max right now, which is super rad to hear. Yeah, because I will start watching that during my lunch breaks and get accused of being crazy for laughing hilariously at that shit. So, yeah. Double A is also commenting where you can guys get a hold of Toy Matrix. Again, Gary or Bobby will take care of you. Gary has got the long braided beard. You'll know him. And then Bobby is the other guy without the long braided beard. So that's Bobby.
The Mexican one.
You'll definitely know them. So yeah. All right, sis, let's start running down these movies that are, again, guys, we're going with the off-kilter. You might not have heard of it. Maybe you did, or maybe you did, but you wanted to see it, but you didn't see it. Movies that and we'll try to tell you how we came by it, or otherwise. And let us know if you've seen it or you haven't seen it if you're with us here on the Facebook Live. If not, feel free to write us in an email, a comment, whatever. We'll post these up throughout the week, pictures of them, and you want to hear more about it. So go ahead, sis, take it away.
Here we have, I don't know if you guys can see it.
Let me take it up to the camera there.
It's called Dirty Love.
Oh, wait, there we go. Wait,
over, and there it is. It's got Jenny McCarthy in it, so I know for the dudes, I mean, who doesn't want to see Jenny McCarthy?
Yeah, and there is boobs. The boobs do come out. The boobs do come out, so you can watch it just for that right there.
It also has Carmen Electra in it, and Shitbreak from American Pie.
That's right. Eddie K. Thomas. That's Shitbreak.
If you guys have never seen that, I don't know if you're watching this show, you guys probably are into this type of humor. I try to show it to my sister-in-law, and she doesn't care for that kind of humor. But
it's also got
it's basically like a raunchy love story.
In one scene, it has fucking what's his name? Scarface from Half Baked, which his name is Guillermo. I forget his last name. Somebody's gonna throw it out at me, right? But he goes on a date with her. With Jenny McCarthy at one point, and he's fucking hilarious. So you showed me this. How did you come by it? Do you even remember?
You know what? I don't. I want to say that I saw it on TV because I actually I showed it to my best friend Kara. I made CM watch it because he's like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I showed it to my dad, and they just all love it.
I had no regrets.
I think I saw it on TV because I showed everybody it. I was like, you guys gotta watch it.
If she popped this on right now, I'd go inside and sit with her and watch it.
Guillermo Diaz.
Or if it was Guillermo Diaz, thank you, Roxanne. Roxanne. And if somebody was like, if it was on, I know what I would do is I would crack a beer and I'd start watching it and I'd start laughing at it. It's so fucking insanely, ridiculously funny. Jenny McCarthy starting a crazy period in the middle of a supermarket.
Oh my gosh.
Running, trying to find something to stop herself up. Like the jokes are just so like bam in your face. Like there's no like holding back. Like it's just like, what the fuck? Like they're going there with that, you know what I mean? Like you know.
So you guys just gotta watch it.
Yeah. Carmen Electra taking a shit on somebody's bed. I mean, things like that.
Carmen Electra and Jenny McCarthy are best friends. They're roommates. They live together with another girl named Michelle.
Who plays her? I don't remember her.
I don't know who she is.
Is that a blondie, right? A blonde gal? Guys, it's fucking. She has this really hot boyfriend. They break up, or because
he cheats. She catches him cheating.
Yeah,
literally catches him.
You know, one of my favorite scenes is that like she's at her gynecologist appointment, right? And she's in the stirrups, and she's like, man, she's telling a story to her girlfriends, and she's like, he was so jealous or whatever. And then she's like, I remember that time that I was at my gyno, and he literally burst in the room, and he's like, what the fuck, bro? You looking at my girl's shit? He's like, what do you think you're doing? He's like, but pap smear? Like, he's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing in here? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But guys, yeah, Dirty Love. Check it out. Find it somewhere. I don't know where it's at on streaming. I mean, literally, we're showing you our old DVDs. This is where we find this shit. So
I love DVDs.
Check it out. Check it out. Again, guys, if you're commenting, please continue to comment. Keep commenting in. I'm going to read all these at our next 30-minute break. And we'll talk more about it. Don't worry. We're going to be here with you for the long haul. We appreciate you hanging out late. And we're hanging out late with you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
So, cheers. Yes, definitely cheers. All right, sis, I want to tell me what you got up next.
So this is actually, is this a cult classic?
I don't know if you would call it a cult classic, because I don't know if the cult knows about it. We're trying to create the cult right here.
So this movie is called Pecker, and as you can see, it has my boyfriend from the Terminator in it.
Edward Furlong, guys. Look at him looking young and
sexy. Oh, sexy.
And then the other name you see over there, Christina Ricci. Is it Ricci or Ricci? Who I absolutely love and is completely...
Hey, sis!
She's completely gorgeous in this movie.
CM actually introduced me to this one.
But I don't know how I found this. It must have been on, like,
I think it was somebody
HBO
that you went to
something.
Film school with.
Maybe. That might have been. That sounds like a story.
I think when you were in school, when you were going... One of the times...
One of the times when I was at film school, as my buddy Jimmy likes to say, he goes, oh, right across from the barber school? Yes, motherfucker. Yes, that one.
Would you shut the fuck up? But I think... CM, he got it from a friend, a guy that he just clicked with at school, and then he bought it, and then showed it to me. It's a
John Waters movie, and I think Foxy Roxy's a big fan of John Waters. Yeah, that's what she says right there. John Waters, she commented, she says she loves Pecker. Well, we'll let Holty Bear know, Roxanne. Joe says, gotta see that one. And then Jess is in the house. Jess, appreciate you being here. And Double A says, fuck, Edward Furlong. I can hear him.
He never realized how far 35 millimeters would take him.
So he loves to take pictures on his camera, and pretty much he ends up becoming like this art scene darling or whatever, and in that he gets caught up in all this. He's got a little sister addicted to sugar, little Chrissy. He's got a grandma that has a Mary Magdalene puppet that she's like thinks is. But
then she comes to her. She's always talking to her, saying that she's telling her things, and
she's like full of grace, full of grace.
Nobody
she's
believes
like working
her.
The puppet. It's fucking nuts. His dad works at a strip club, right? Called the Pelt Room.
Man, you guys gotta see
there is
that part.
So much
the Pelt Room
shit.
part.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the Pelt Room, guys. It is.
If you want to see some bush, you see
some. There is so much stuff in this movie that you're like, what is going on?
I mean, I haven't seen it, it's been a long time, but now that we're bringing them out, I'm gonna be in it.
So it says John Waters, Hairspray, and Pink Flamingos. I've never seen any of those. I'm not that familiar with John Waters, but if the other ones are like this is a treasure, guys. Look it up. Find it somewhere. Edward Furlong, Pecker. I don't want to forget.
I think the sister works at the strip club.
That's right. The sister works there. I'm going to mention two that we don't have here, but that I love because I'm going to forget. One has Dwight from The Office. You haven't seen these, I don't think. It's called Super. S-U-P-E-R. Super. And basically, Dwight from The Office is in there with... He's in there with Juno from Juno. Ellen Page. I know she's not Ellen Page anymore. I think she's Elliot Page now. Elliot Page. But anyway, in there, they're together. It's got Dwight. It's got Kevin Bacon. Rainn Wilson. Sorry, I don't want to keep calling him Dwight, but Rainn Wilson, Ellen Page, Kevin Bacon. Basically, Rainn Wilson becomes a superhero, his own superhero, and he gets Ellen Page to be his sidekick, but it's just like real life. So he just makes his own suit, and his weapon is like a plumber's wrench, and he literally just bashes people in the head, and he tells them, I forget the line. He says, "Shut up, crime." Like that's what he says, "Shut up, crime." And he's just like this nut, right? But guys, you gotta watch Super. It is a dark black comedy. It's off the wall. If you like things like Observe and Report, like darker comedies, Bad Santa, it's like that, where you're almost like, this is kind of sad, like a mental health thing, but it's also still very hilarious, has a lot of hilarity to it, especially seeing Ellen Page in that kind of role, and Kevin Bacon. And the gal he's in love with is Liv Tyler. Liv Tyler's in it.
I love Liv.
Yeah,
Liv.
It's really what, that's his wife that he gets estranged from. So then one more I want to mention that, again, we don't have here. It's called Gary the Tennis Coach. I saw this through...
I kept seeing it on Netflix for a while.
Yeah,
but...
I might be saved on your PlayStation. Friday Night on Marquise
Yeah.
found this somewhere. It's Sean William Scott, guys, Stifler from American Pie.
Again, a Stifler.
A tennis
American
coach.
Pie,
yeah, as a tennis coach at a high school. It's got Randy Quaid in it, and it is a fucking riot. Like, he pretty much is this, like, again, a nutball living... This one's not a dark comedy, it's a straight comedy. A nutball living in, like, his own trailer, and he gets this job as a janitor, and then they hire him as the tennis coach, kind of willy-nilly, because they need some of the tennis coach... He's like an assistant, the tennis coach gets killed. He's just a janitor. It's, like, so off the wall, but it's so funny, and pretty much he gives these kids hope, and he inspires them, and so on and so forth. But, yeah, so Super with Rainn Wilson and Ellen Page, and Kevin Bacon, and Liv Tyler, and Gary the Tennis Coach with Sean William Scott, Randy Quaid, and a really beautiful little person, a little woman. I don't know what the politically correct term is, but Randy Quaid's wife is played by
no one come for him.
A tiny woman. So, yeah, no one come for me. I'm not that far. I'm pretty short, too. But anyway, it's just hilarious, guys. You got to watch those two also.
When you were mentioning the first one...
Super.
There's another movie, and it has, oh my gosh. It has a couple people, but it has Janine Garofalo, and they're superhero. She's got the bowling ball.
Yes, now I know you're talking about. Everyone's going to jump in on this because they love this. I've never seen this.
You've never seen
I'm
it?
I'm gonna get blasted. Mystery Men. Everybody. Ben Stiller is the lead. Yes, I know a lot of this shit, even though I haven't seen it, but I just never. I did not watch Mystery Men, but it's in that vein.
Who plays the bad guy?
I don't know, but I also know it has William H. Macy. William H. Macy is also
he's
one of the characters. He's not the bad guy.
Their superpowers are just.
I don't know.
Completely 100% made up.
There you go. Double A just chimed in. Mystery Men.
I gotta get CM to watch it, guys, because I feel like it's straight garbage, but I'd love it.
Okay, Super is not garbage. It's great. It's great. All right, but you know what? I'll watch it because I'll watch anything with a superhero in it. I just never got to it, so I'll get to it. Guys, again, if you're commenting and you're still hanging out with us, please continue to comment, and we appreciate you being here. We know it's late.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. It's just another Friday night, guys. So that's what we're doing here. Hanging in there with us, but move us along. There's wait, Fox Rossi just jumped in. Jeffrey Rush, she says, plays the bad guy.
There you go. I don't know what else he comes on, but I know. Yes, and Pee Wee Herman is in it, Joe. Yes. See, everybody's seen it but you. Like,
everybody's jumping in. I'm gonna get crucified on this one.
Who even are you?
Guys, again, I know I'm not reading all the comments, but I will come back to them. Because we're about 10 minutes out from our break, and then I'll do that break. So
we're going to do this movie next, because it was just on TV.
I don't know that this one really falls into the off. I think a lot of people did see this. I think this was a kind of a big movie. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. Because I think I saw it.
I wouldn't say like TV. A blockbuster, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Again, I know this one for you. So, guys, here it is. Where Jack Black is kind of the secondary role, but Saving Silverman, guys. Amanda Peet, Jack Black, Steve Zahn, and Jason Biggs. And I have to say, this comes off of like when Jason Biggs was like hot off American Pie. You know what I mean? And
which I don't really care for Jason Biggs. I really like Jack Black and Steve, right?
Steve Zahn, yeah.
Yeah,
because you like him and
Amanda Peet either.
Yeah, I like her. I think she's
she was
beautiful.
Good. She was a good bitch in this movie.
yeah, she definitely is.
And she did good in the parts where she needed to be funny. Like, she was good. She was good.
If you haven't seen this and you're like, man, I don't want to watch that. That's just garbage. Double A might even say this. Double A, you know who's in it? R. Lee, or is it Ermey or Emery? We've met the man. R. Lee Ermey of Full Metal Jacket fame is in this. And
he does
a stellar job as the coach. And he goes there, man. Some of the shit he goes for it, and I'm like, a Marine, a jarhead doing that shit, but I'm like, man, he's in Hollywood making Hollywood
honestly,
money.
I love the movie, but like, if you haven't seen it and you're like, oh, let me put something on in the background while we're hanging, You put that on, you catch the funny parts, you'll be laughing.
There's enough funny parts where you're catching it and you're just fucking done.
Yeah.
Like this is like the famous one where like Jack Black's like all eating the nachos and he's like, well, if they all stick together, it counts as one, right? Like he's like, you know what I mean?
I think we use that.
We use that. Yeah, that's like a classic out of that. But yeah, you know, I don't really remember any of the Jason Biggs parts being that funny. But Jack Black kills it, Steve Zahn kills it, Amanda Pete's funny, and Arlie Ermey definitely funny. So Xavier Silverman,
He's got the funny parts because he's like the romantic guy that wants to be with the girl and settle down and have a family.
He's what you call the straight man. You've always got to have the straight man and the funny man, and Biggs is the straight man in this movie, which is like.
But I feel like you put him against the other two guys. I mean, he's gonna be the straight one.
Yeah, and Jack Black again, kind of in a smaller role, and it's fucking hilarious. So check out Saving Silverman if you have not. Okay, come on, let's move it along here.
All right, so we got Hot Rod. I don't know if you guys can see it, but
there you go, Andy Samberg, my long lost would have been if I was it with Jess, my girl. No, my girl. Shit, I always forget her name. See, that's how much I love her. Isla Fisher, but sadly she's with Sacha Baron. She loves the funny men apparently. I said I wasn't gonna watch this. I was like, that shit is garbage, sis. I will not watch that. Well, she's like, no, you got to give it a little bit of time. I started watching this and I was apologizing my ass off. I was like, this is the funniest shit I have seen in the fucking world. I was like, what in the fuck? I mean, I'm not the funniest movie in the world. Could not stop laughing. The guy that's the little brother, what is that guy's name? Oh my gosh.
He did amazing and we don't even know who he is.
Bill Hader's in this. Danny McBride. I love Danny McBride. Eastbound and Down, one of my most favorite shows. I could have worn that shirt. I have that t-shirt too. Eastbound and Down. It must be this Jorma Taccone guy. That must be the little brother. But Andy Samberg, I never really seen that show he's on where he's the cop. What is he? Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But this I'll watch this over Brooklyn Nine-Nine again and again and again and again. Because this shit just got me rolling, man.
So CM had never seen this. He never heard of it. And I actually got introduced to this movie from an ex-boyfriend of mine many moons ago. And I was I think he would put on some good stuff for me. He actually showed me some.
The man had good taste in comedy.
He did.
We talked about him several times now. And
he showed me this movie and I was like, I gotta show my brother. I gotta show.
And I avoided it for a long time. I was like, I ain't watching it.
Usually, if it's something that I like, CM doesn't, and I'll have to kind of pull teeth. And then sometimes it's a hit or miss, and this one was a hit.
Yeah, especially like I'm not a big Andy Samberg fan, really. Like I like some of his shit on SNL. The Lonely Island, I did start to get into The Lonely Island. Is fucking hilarious. If you guys listen to The Lonely Island, I'm on a boat, the Dick in a Box stuff. But dude, this shit is
he's a funny guy.
And then the dad is the guy from that American Gods show, Neil Gaiman. Everyone loves Neil Gaiman. Sandman, the American Gods. Main guy. That's the dad, and he's always trying to he's like that's his stepdad, and he wants to fight him, and he's like he gets sick, and he's like you need to get better so that I can fight you to the death and I can beat you. And
he's like you can't die until I kill you.
It's ridiculous, over the top comedy. Listening to Two of Hearts.
Must watch.
Two of Hearts. Well, guys, there's a lot of comments coming in. I love that so much. I appreciate all the comments. I'm gonna read them all. We're about 3 minutes out from break, so we'll try to do one more movie. You think we're gonna get one more?
Yeah, we can get one in. We'll do.
You know what? No. Let's break early. Let's. I'm gonna break us early, and then we'll talk about the comments, and then we're gonna get right into our next movie, The Fantastic Mr. Fox. Okay, guys, I just hit the break button on that. So let me scroll up here. So many comments. I love it. I really appreciate you guys being here. Jessica joined the fight, as they say when I'm playing Fortnite with my nephew. So Jess is here. Hey, babe, what's up?
Lots of ugly comments, sis.
Roxanne says, pronounce it like Richie. So Christina Ritchie. Okay, got it. She says lesbian bush. I don't really know what that was in reference to, but okay, from Pecker. Okay. Crystal's in the house says, hi, guys. Roxanne says Pink Flamingos is a trip. Okay, need to watch that. Double A says, fuck Pink Flamingo. He says, love Liv Tyler, as do we all. Double A.
Well, now I want to watch Pink Flamingo.
Our Elvin Princess. See, somebody says that. And then
has anyone seen The Birdcage? That's what that title reminds me of.
Oh, I'm sure there's some Birdcage fans in here.
I love that movie.
Joe says, love an indie superhero movie. Joe, you will love Super. Double A says Mystery Men. That's right. And then Joe says, yes, okay, I know. I got on that. Crystal says she loves that movie. Roxanne reminding us about Jeffrey Rush playing the bad guy in Mystery Men.
Good call, Rox.
And then Joe mentioning that Pee-wee's in it. Double A says Greg Kinnear is a dick. I've never seen him in anything I liked him in, so I agree with you. Jess says, wow, Pineapple Express, garbage.
You know what? It wasn't my favorite, but I thought Hurricane season was over.
And Roxanne says, I love Pineapple Express. I don't go back to it. I like Superbad better. Superbad's better for me. Joe says, Saving Silverman rules. Thank you, Joe. We appreciate that. And Roxanne says, the pie fucker, Jason Biggs. See, in that one, he's the funny man. He's not the straight man in that one. He's more of the funny guy.
I feel like Stifler and Shitbreaker, the funny guy.
Maybe so. Joe says it's fucking great. He says
one
it's
nacho,
one nacho.
right, Joe? That's what I said.
He says the singing parts alone. Neil Diamond. I know.
God.
John's gonna ask. They love Neil Diamond. Is who they love. Excuse me. Joe says, "Yeah, fuck who's that?" So like, "Yeah, Joe, that's who it is. Neil Diamond." Neil, I want to party with you.
Jess says, "God,
no." Jess does not like our type of comedy movies.
Yeah, she doesn't. Some cases, you're fine.
Joe says Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Again, I haven't seen it, so I shouldn't judge.
I didn't watch it either.
I didn't get a chance. Double A says, love Danny McBride. Watch This Is the End. I've seen it, Double A.
I haven't seen it.
Maybe Channing Tatum's best role, maybe.
I don't know. He did pretty good.
Spoiler alert.
Didn't we just watch one with him in it?
He was in 21 Jump Street.
21 Jump Street.
That's when I learned to love Channing Tatum, was in 21 Jump Street. Let says, I used to watch that show. She says it was a weird show.
But you used to watch it, Let.
That's right. That's right. Good. See, comedy fan. Everyone needs a laugh right now, guys. After what happened this week, we're all in for a laugh. Okay, so that's why we're talking comedy today. Perfect topic. Roxanne says, 2 of Hart, Stacy Q. Yes. She says, Jess says, Sisters movies.
Is funny.
Oh, Double A says Birdcage is funny. I've never seen it, Double A, so.
I know you've seen the movie, Rox.
Holty Bear says Pineapple Express is the shit. Justin Martin in the house. What up, Chuck? Justin, as you know, guys, is our digital designer who took Jessica's beautiful rendering of our logo and turned it into a logo that can be put everywhere. And Justin, I hope you've had a chance to see all the lovely stuff that's gotten made by Deuces Mercado with your logo on it, including this shirt.
Sorry.
So, yeah. Joe says, Neil. Double A says Channing Tate, yum.
Jesus. No, I never was on him like all these other ladies were.
I'll give you a cool story. When I went to New Orleans for my first and only time, which was lovely, I got to go, and I'm going to bring us right back, guys. So I got to go to New Orleans for my first and, again, only time so far. My buddy Steven was getting married on my birthday, and I know we're going to talk Fantastic Mr. Fox, but I'm telling a story real quick about New Orleans. When I got to go, and for the 4th time I'm saying it now. Now the booze is hitting me. I wanted to eat crawfish in New Orleans because I was like, man, I want to have fucking crawfish. I'm in New Orleans. And they were like, crawfish season is over, boy. I was like, that's a horrible New Orleans accent.
I mean, you tried it.
So anyway,
sometimes it don't work.
I got told it was over. They were like, crawfish season is over. You're not going to get any crawfish.
This is bullshit. It's New Orleans.
Yeah, this is bullshit. What the fuck? I was like, the swamp is right fucking there. So I go into Channing Tate Yum's restaurant, and yummy was it because they had fucking crawfish on the fucking menu. And I was like, you can get it right now? Now, I didn't know back then the taste between live and dead. And live is always better, guys, if you ever eat crawfish, if you're a crawfish fan. So, try to get live. But it's not live when you eat it because they boil it. It's like a mini lobster. Anyway, Channing Tatum's restaurant on Bourbon Street had it. So I went in there and I ate crawfish in New Orleans on Bourbon Street at his restaurant. Everyone says when you go to New Orleans, you can eat crawfish anywhere if it's during the season, and it's going to be like so cheap, like $5. It's like getting like a dollar burger at McDonald's, whatever. Well, not at Channing Tate Yum's restaurant in the off season. It's $30 fucking a plate.
Oh, God.
But it was worth it, and it was really good seasoning.
I was just gonna say, was it worth it?
It was worth it. It was good. I was there with Friday Night at Marquise, and
see, that's good to have that experience when you go somewhere.
Well, there's certain things you want to do. You know what I mean? Like I've eaten at Hollywood Boulevard with him. You know what I mean? But we ate hamburgers and fries, or whatever. They were good. They weren't $40 good, but they were good. You know what I mean?
But sometimes it's the experience.
It's the experience. It was a cool experience, yeah. And we drank beers, and so it was a $40 lunch in a layover at like 10 in the morning on our way to Vegas. So otherwise, it was.
Was it after shots and beers at night?
No, we just had the beers only. I mean, by that time. So, Guys, let's get right back into some of our comedy movies that are some might want to call a cult classic. Some you don't know that maybe again we're building the cult as we go. This one, I don't know if a lot of people have seen this.
Don't come for me with my DVDs, y'all. Okay?
Yeah, guys, this is from one of the guys who I love because he does like everything that is rad. Wes Anderson.
Fantastic Mr. Fox. I don't know what you call this. Animated,
like a claymation
almost, but I actually really like these types of movies. I don't know if anybody's ever seen like Wallace and Gromit, but I really like those types of movies as well.
Chicken and Run.
Yeah.
Guys, George Clooney, Meryl Streep, Jason Schwartzman, Bill Murray, Owen Wilson. Now, those last three names, Jason Schwartzman, Bill Murray, Owen Wilson, those guys, you know that they're in almost every Wes Anderson movie. If you like isn't it Rushmore? I think somebody correct me about that. Amy might not know, but Rushmore, the Royal Tenenbaums. You know what I mean? Like I think he did those. They're always in there. But he also starting to do these type of movies. So these kind of claymation animated movies that take like forever to make. They say.
Again, I feel like it got a little bit of the adult humor kind of in there.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
I don't know how to describe how I feel about Fantastic Mr. Fox, but did I show you that one too?
No, I think I showed you that one.
Okay.
I fell in love right away. I loved the acting. I was like, is this my favorite George Clooney movie? I was like, is this my favorite Meryl Streep movie? Willem Dafoe is in there. I mean, it's astounding. Bill Murray. I mean, like I said, guys, it's a beautiful, funny story. You can watch with your family. It's family friendly. Of everything we've shown, I think might be the only one that is like you can watch it with your kids. You know what I mean? So if you've got kids, you could definitely watch it with your kids. It just has so many little things that are good. George Clooney is so great. All the beats. You all know Wes Anderson, very like quirky or whatever, something like that. So that's very, very.
I would highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, check out The Fantastic Mr. Fox. Guys, again, if you're commenting, we'll check out the comments at our next 30-minute break. That might be our last 30-minute break because we're getting to the end of our movies here. But if not, I'll take time to read comments afterwards for sure. But yeah, so The Fantastic Mr. Fox, I can't recommend it enough. I know you love it. You both like. I don't know who showed who. Maybe you're right. Maybe you should. But we just both agree. We're 100% agreement on that.
You know, you always give me shit about watching movies that I've seen 100 times, and I'm like, well, why would I buy the movie if I didn't love it? True. And why wouldn't I? You
have a toy too, don't you? Of the possum.
No, I have it of Ash.
Of Ash. Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, those are hard to come by now.
Those are really. I've never seen those, to be honest.
If I could get this, if you could get this on a shirt or something like that, I'd buy that. I'd buy that shirt. So guys, check out the Fantastic Mr. Fox if you haven't seen it. Yeah, Alexandra's sweet treats and creations for sure. Yes. Okay, so let's round it out here. We got 2 left. Then we're gonna read some comments and just kind of talk.
Which one did you want to
roundabout? Now, have you seen this?
Yes, several times.
Yeah, several times. Okay, well, let's do that one first because that one's probably more new. So I've talked about this movie before. One of my guilty pleasures. John C. Reilly in the Dewey Cox story, Walk Hard. Guys, if you've never seen it, totally hilarious. Pretty much a play on any musician's life story you've seen, right? Ray, Walk the Line. I mean, like, it goes that route, right? He becomes this child star out of tragedy, musician, and his brother dies by getting cut in half by a machete. You know what I mean? So it's like
it's bad. It's horrible.
It's insane.
It's horrible, but you love it. And
the cast is outstanding. Jack Black comes out as I believe John Lennon, one of the Beatles. Paul Rudd comes out.
They're the Beatles.
They're the Beatles. Yeah, like the best Beatles ever. Jack White comes out as Elvis. Jack White from the White Stripes. Eddie Vedder comes out as himself. What the fuck does Eddie Vedder come out in? Nothing. Eddie Vedder doesn't come out and stuff. Again, you've got what's his name from The Ladies' Man? Damn it, I'm forgetting his name. Tim Meadows is there. Christian Wiig is in this. From The Office.
Who plays the love interest?
Well, Christian Wiig is his first love interest, and then it goes on to be from The Office. Jenna.
Right, from The Office.
Shit. Somebody get me on that one. Jenna Fisher? Fisher? No, that's not right. It might be right. Anyway, from The Office. Pam. It's Pam from The Office. She's outstanding in it. She's like the...
I feel like you were... What? She's...
Who?
Pam. Well, I don't. That's her name in the movie, but...
What about her?
What were you going to say about her?
No. I said that she's like the June Carter, like, role or whatever. You know what
I don't remember the first wife in that.
Yeah, it's Kristen Wiig, and she looks all plain or whatever, and she's like, you can't get double married, Dewey. And he's like, even if you're famous.
Yeah,
and he's just like so like crazy. This movie, guys, is so funny, and the songs are so funny. I bought the damn soundtrack. I own the soundtrack to this movie where it's him singing, and it's like you're like, what the fuck? Like it's like that good or whatever. So, yeah, the songs are hilarious. My favorite is "Guilty as Charged." You know what I mean? Where he's like, I'll send you home crying to your fat and ugly wife.
Fuck.
Guys, John C. Reilly totally hilarious in that. You gotta see Walk Hard. Jenna Fisher is right. Yes, thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. I know there's more comments coming in. I'm gonna go back at the end. I'm gonna read through everything because we're almost done. We got one movie left.
I feel like you loved that movie more than I did. I know you actually quote Walk Hard a lot more than I think I did.
I watched
you and Dad.
I watched it a bunch of times with Dad. Like you and our dad is also a lover of comedy. Me and him we love Young Frankenstein. Like my dad showed me Young Frankenstein. We've watched it over and over and over again together. But you and him and I like Ace Ventura 1 and 2, but you and him have watched those two over and over. Like you two can talk that movie like you're talking your own language, Ace Ventura language.
I think we both probably know both of those.
Yeah.
The 1 and 2 by heart.
Yeah. And Walk Hard is one that me and him watched it over and over again. He'd be like, oh, put it again. And another one that we don't have it here in front of us. I have it. I just didn't bring it out. But was Tenacious D and The Pick of Destiny. I love Tenacious D and The Pick of Destiny.
That's a good one.
Me and my dad, we watched that one over and over. Dude, the scene with the devil at the end is my absolute fucking favorite. So fucking... The song Dude, when he sings Dude... Jack Black, I think that's actually a beautiful song. It could be a love song. That's a beautiful love song, actually,
Him and Adam Sandler should team up and do something.
Yeah, somebody get it. They have done something together, right? Him and Adam Sandler and Jack Black work together. I don't know. I can't.
That would be a good something. I don't know.
We know he's been with. Yeah, we know he's been with Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder. They did that.
Oh God, that one was so good.
And Robert Downey. I own that too. I have that in my collection.
That's a good comedy one.
We don't have it out here, but I want to talk about it with you. But we love both Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which
I love that one.
Doesn't really have any of your typical comedy stars, right? But I guess
it's kind of like a younger cast too.
Yeah, it's kind of
a younger cast. But I feel like I might know that one from beginning to end.
We watched it. That one, that one I can see it again and again and again. And I love Scott Pilgrim. I think.
And I think Kal-El actually had watched most of it with me one time when it was on TV. And he was asking me what the name was, and he was watching it with me, and I think he kind of liked it because it's kind of like
video game-ish. Yeah, it's got he's a gamer, so he likes the little video game things in there into that aspect of the movie. Guys, and don't worry, please keep commenting. I'm going to come right back into the comments and address all those probably in less than 30 minutes because we're going to do our last movie and we're only 10 minutes in, and then I'll read all the comments while we're still live on the live and on the podcast, so we can I can have one ending on the show. But this is probably maybe one of the most new movies recent. Me and you stayed up late and watched this. It was on Amazon Prime already to watch, and then I went out and bought it because I support this man with all my heart.
Me too.
But this is the most recent of Kevin Smith's movies. But camera stuff. Jay and Silent Bob reboot. If you haven't seen this one yet, guys,
watch it.
Definitely.
If you're a lover of them in any shape or form,
if you love Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, you're gonna like this one. It's so adorable. He's got his daughter in it. Definitely not for the kids. It says to get to Hollywood, they're gonna take the high road. But yeah, everyone's back. And hey, I want to mention something, and Double A, if you're still with us, I hope you are, brother. Last week we talked about the passing of the wrestler, not to get sad, but the passing of the wrestler Luke Harper from WWE, Brody Lee from AEW. His real name was, I believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but John Hudson, I believe, John Hudson. So I had always wondered about his name. I know gets told he looks like Bruiser Brody the wrestler,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe that's where he got the name Brody. But Brody Lee always struck me because Brody Bruce is the character played by Jason Lee in the in all the Kevin Smith movies. You know, if you see Brody Bruce, he's played by the actor Jason Lee. So when I was listening to Kevin Smith's podcast this week, he was doing his comment section, and somebody asked him, were they going to talk about Brody Lee? And then they said, and he goes, yeah, I know of him, and I heard that he passed because I'm friends with Jericho. We know that if you've seen this, you know, Chris Jericho comes out in it for our wrestling fans. Him and Kevin Smith are friends. And he said he reached out to Chris Jericho when he heard that he passed, and he said that, well, Jericho told him, I'm the one that got him into AEW, and that he takes his name from...
It's John Huber.
John Huber, thank you very much, Joe, appreciate that. You don't want to get the man name incorrect. But that's where he took his name, was from Brody Bruce, the character of Kevin Smith, and the actor that plays him, Jason Lee. So he's Brody Lee. Mm-hmm. He's got the, you know, I was like, what? I had always put that together in my mind, but I didn't think that it was associated because I never read up enough about to know like he was inspired by that. But I thought that was a really cool tie together. And then Kevin Smith talked about that on this week's Fat Man Beyond. About, you know, John Huber's passing, and then that's where his name came from. And I was like, oh wow, I'd always thought that, like I was in my mind, I always thought that's kind of funny, like Brody Bruce and Jason Lee, and his name is Brody Lee.
I never listened to his podcast.
Oh, you would, if you like this podcast, you would definitely love it.
I think I need to.
Yeah, he's a little bit more plugged in to the community, if you know what I mean. So
just a little bit.
But yeah, a pretty cool thing there, guys. But this one again, what did you think? We watched that night. We both were like, it had even some kind of teary-eyed moments.
Yeah,
Ben Affleck comes back.
They're older now,
right?
So it's a little bit hard to. I don't want to say find them hilarious because I think they're absolutely hilarious. I love them, but I just watched Tracy and Amy. I don't know, maybe like a month ago. Mm-hmm. And they're so fucking young.
Yeah,
in that one. I mean,
it's a different
Jay
time.
Looks like baby face.
Right,
right. They're so young, and you know, you're just like, it fits.
Now their hair is short. They're putting them in wigs.
Right, and they're older now, and they're like slower.
Yeah. But Kevin,
still, much love for the movie. I think we both wanted to see the reboot for a minute. But of course, the whole Corona thing, and then you know, we got to catch it together, so that was really awesome.
So I should have brought it up, but I didn't bring it up. But there were two versions of this you could buy. You could buy it from Kevin Smith's website, and I think he autographed it. And I was like, man, I really want that autograph. Or I didn't buy that one. Or you could buy it from another website called, I don't know if their name is on here or not, but I forget what they're called. Damn it, I don't know. I'll find it and I'll tell you guys. But I'll post a picture of it too. From that other company, they worked with them. This company basically was like, they're kind of like a Kickstarter. Like you get to own a part of the movie. So if you like helped out with the funds to get the movie made, Kevin Smith put your name at the end of the movie, like it's a big block of names, but your name is on the movie in the credits. So when you buy that version, you get a badge. In the show, they go to a Comic Con, but it's called Chronic Con. So if you can kind of see the badge here in the front of the movie, I don't know if you can see it in the corner right there. See a little badge right there, Chronic Con. So kind of like Comic Con for the comic book guys. So they go to Chronic Con. So if you bought the version from that company where you chipped in to get your name on there, I didn't chip in to get my name on there. I didn't get on until afterwards, but I ordered my movie through their site, because if you ordered through their site, you got a lanyard for Chronic Con. So I love like prop type memorabilia. Me and Double A have talked about this before. That's like our favorite stuff, where it's like kind of an insider thing. So I have my Chronic Con lanyard. So it's like if I was in the Kevin Smith universe and went to Chronic Con. But yeah, we just stayed up one night watching it, and we just had a bunch of laughs.
Yeah,
right?
I think we definitely thought that it was a good like reboot.
yeah, exactly. Like Kevin Smith isn't afraid of lip service. Like he's like, I'm gonna kiss the fans' ass. I'm gonna give you everything you want. How about that Chris Hemsworth scene? We didn't see that coming. We were like, all right, like pulling out the big guns.
He's like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
So yeah,
definitely recommend.
Definitely
for sure,
recommend.
if you wanna, if you love these guys like we do.
Yeah.
We even. When we went to watch, I think
they here at the Alamo Draft House in San Antonio, they showed Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Right.
That's what it was.
And Kevin Smith and Jay, they were both there. Mm-hmm. And Jay, in his girlfriend sat right behind us. And my brother, the dope that he is.
I didn't have a podcast then, guys, so you know what I mean?
But he was still a super fan. And me, I was going to do it. I was like, I'll pee on myself.
We didn't talk to them. We were very respectful, like San Antonians are, of all celebrities, and we didn't bother them while they were basically on their phones the whole time, which is okay because they were in the back row.
Mm-hmm.
We were one row from the back, you know what I mean? So, and then they did a panel like in the front. They talked before the movie. I think they even talked after. I think did they talk a little bit after? I don't remember. Or just the beginning.
I think just the beginning.
I don't know where Kev went, but yeah, Jay was literally sitting right behind us, and so we didn't disturb him, but it was pretty cool that he was sitting behind us during the movie.
Well, we did get to meet him later on in life. So.
Later on at Alamo City Comic Con.
Not Kevin, unfortunately.
Not Kevin, but we met Jay, me, and Untamable Amy, and Albert Olivares, who does our music. I always talk about that, which you can hear on the audio version. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out how to get it on this video version, but I don't have it yet. But again, maybe by the time this episode comes out on YouTube, we'll get a chance to add that in there. But yeah, that sums up. I mean, like our little take on movies and comedy from what we pulled out of a collection real quick. But is there anything else that's sis that you think that you might want to mention or talk about comedy wise, stand up wise, TV show wise?
So much.
I know it's
so much,
overwhelming.
But I'm glad that we got to kind of take from our own collection, and I feel like I know my collection would be a hell of a lot bigger, just if I would make the effort to go out and buy all the ones that I love so much. But I feel like I got all the good ones that I really could watch over and over again.
Right. Totally. Totally.
But I know in some of the comments, people mentioned some other ones.
Let's read through those real quick, guys. Okay. I'm going to keep it going on here or whatever. So if you're listening to us on the audio version later on or whatever, bear with us. We're going to, hang in there. We're going to read some really great comments from you guys, the Friday Night Faithful, and you Friday Nighters, and listen to what you guys had to say about some of the stuff we were talking about during the thing. So let's see. Our very own co-host, Double A says here, this is the end, Amy. So you need to watch
I need to watch that one. I think CM had mentioned it to me a couple of times, and I just haven't watched it yet, but I know I need to.
And Friday Nighter Chelsea joined the fight. We know Friday Nighter Chelsea is a big time gamer who also introduced us to Faith Cheyenne, who did some of our from her page. Who also Chelsea, put your page's name in there. She introduced us to Faith Cheyenne, who did some really great digital artwork for me and Double A. Let's see. Jess says, I love Birdcage Tu Wong Fu.
Tu Wong Fu is, I love it. It's out there.
I've not seen either. No particular reason. Jess never got around to seeing them.
Come on. Patrick Swayze?
Double A says, Jonah Hill is fucking funny, and this is in the end. I love that guy. I think he's always really hilarious. Agree with you there, Double A.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Roxy says, to Jess, Tu Wong Fu, yes. Double A says, George Clooney, Mr. Fox. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right, man. He's indeed the man himself there, the fantastic Mr. Fox. Just says, what about a movie called 43, The Balls Chin? Yes, with Hugh Jackman. I think Roxanne's going to state that in a minute. But yes, that movie 43, movie 43 is what it's called.
I've never seen
You
that
got
one.
to go check out movie 43. It was on Netflix, but maybe it's on
Is that a comedy?
It's a comedy, and it's a compilation.
I think I heard y'all mentioning it.
It's an anthology, so it's just little stories or whatever.
Ah,
and one of them is Chris Pratt, and I think it's Anna Faris. And pretty much their whole thing is that, like, she wants him to shit on her. Like, she's like, I want to try that or whatever. So he's, like, eating all this Taco Bell and stuff like that or whatever.
Sick!
That's one of the stories. There's so many stories, and it has, like, an amazing cast. It's like people, you're like, whoever produced this must have owed a lot of fucking favors. Yeah. Another one kind of like that I'll mention is, what's it called? It's about the apocalypse. Oh, Rapturepalooza. Rapturepalooza? Yeah, and it's got I'm forgetting his name. Craig Robinson from The Office. It's got Anna Kendrick in there, and it's got the idiot that was like the trainee from Waiting. From Waiting, the trainee that was like.
Oh yeah, I don't know his name. I only know him from Waiting.
He plays the boyfriend, but pretty much Craig Robinson, who's also in Walk Hard. He's the Antichrist. And
God.
it's a total cheesy, Paul Shear plays a demon, and he pretty much falls in love with Anna Kendrick, and he's like, "Oh, I want you, like I want to have your babies and all that."
Oh my God!
And the world is ended already or whatever, but people that didn't get raptured up to heaven are still living on Earth, and it's like hell on Earth pretty much. It's fucking stupid, but it's funny. Rapture Palooza. So let's see. So the last thing Jess said was movie 43 with the balls on the chin. Yeah. Chelsea says Fantastic Mr. Fox is cool. Very agree. Roxanne, and they're mentioning Hugh Jackman. Roxanne also says she loves the Royal Tenenbaums in The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, also Bill Murray. Moving that. I've never seen those either, so I need to see both of those. Double A tells Roxanne the basketball scene had me laughing hard. He says in movie 43. I don't remember that particular scene. I need to remember that. I need to watch it again. Crystal says that movie.
I need to watch that one.
She says the Chris Pratt scene. Yeah, so we just talked about that. That boy got the devil in him. Holty Bear says. Justin says awesome movie. Justin, let me know which one you're talking about if you're still here with us. I know we talked about a bunch. So. Jess says gotta watch Kung Fu Hustle. We started it one night late, me and her, and I fell asleep, but I know it gets a lot of props. She said it was really funny. But speaking of Kung Fu, we also love what's the other one that we like? Went Below Sucks. He's like face to foot style. How'd you like it? We trained him backwards.
Oh my
God. That's Steve Odenkirk, I believe. Steve Odenkirk, is that his name? Steve Oden. That might be his name. Shit. I know that Foxy Roxy and Holty Bear will know that movie. Damn it, what's it called? Somebody get us with that movie we're talking about there. Let's see. Joe says Pam is Jenna Fisher. Thank you, Joe. We called that one out. Justin says I just seen that old 70s movie's Dolomite. Freaking hilarious. Yeah, the Eddie Murphy one. Is that the one? Or the original Dolomite? Let us know, Justin, which one you see. Because I saw the I Am Dolomite with Eddie Murphy one, and I thought that was pretty good. It was funny, but it also had like some good seriousness to it. But it was about the making of the original Dolomite, so I imagine it was funny because the making of version was hilarious. Double A says Porky's is fucking funny.
I never seen that one.
No lie there. Definitely love Porky's. Great raunchy, comedy, nudity, and stuff like that. Foxy Roxy says Young Frankenstein. Putting on the Ritz. Love that movie to death. Double A says Blazing Saddles. Fuck yes. Holty Bear showed me Blazing Saddles. That's a really great Mel Brooks. If you know,
I love Mel
Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Mel Brooks. Yeah, that's a really great one. I've never seen the one, the History of the World one. I hear that one's pretty good.
I think we missed one.
Let me see here. I'm a big fan of Broken Lizard. Roxy's a big fan of Broken Lizard, Super Troopers, and Beer Fest.
I love those both.
We love Beer Fest. Super Troopers, I don't love as much.
Not as much as Beer Fest, I agree.
Beer Fest is
it was
a classic.
Still had some pretty funny stuff going on in there.
Another big one I'm a huge fan of is Kingpin. I love Kingpin with Woody Harrelson. That's a great one. Yeah, and I know we would all see The Big Lebowski. I think everybody here would have The Big Lebowski. But I mentioned that one because it's like on that list of like we know that's on your comedy list. But Kingpin, I think, is a little bit was like the other bowling movie, but it obviously they don't really center around bowling. But yeah, Roxanne says Scott. And Holty Bear says Captain America and Superman in the same movie. Oh, that's right. And I think we're talking about maybe the movie 43. Oh no, in the Scott Pilgrim. That's right. Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Joe says Tenacious D in the background of Biodome. Okay, I didn't know that. That's a good pull there.
Man, I haven't seen Biodome in. Have you seen Biodome?
I've not seen Biodome. Is that I don't know. Who's in that?
One of the.
Not Pauly Shore, right? Let me keep going. If it's Pauly Shore, I know Son-in-Law.
It's got one of the Baldwins, I think, in it.
Ooh, probably Steven. The one that's in The Usual Suspects?
Yes.
Okay, that one. Didn't that be Steven Baldwin?
Yeah, he's the youngest one, right? I think he's the youngest.
Maybe. We got to get some Baldwin stuff there going. Double A says, love Mallrats Clerks. Fucking hilarious. Joe says, reboot to the Nooch. He says, that one hit the feels too. Yes, definitely. Then I'm talking about, that's when I went on to talk about Brody Lee, and Joe got me on the name there, John Huber. Appreciate that, Joe. And Double A says, oh shit, nice, Tim. So yeah, I didn't know that either, so it was cool. He said, never put all that together. I put it together, but I didn't think that I was right. I just thought I was, putting names together.
I love that,
Roxanne says, I have you saved as Chasing Amy on my phone.
Cool. I'm a cool person.
Very cool. Affleck is still the bomb, especially in Phantoms. Ben is an
he is in those movies.
Double A says Ben is an asshole in Mallrats, and also in what's the other one that we like? Dazed and Confused.
Oh my god, mega asshole.
Chucky sat near Jay during Jay and Silent Bob. That's right, Roxy. Thank you. We were talking about that. And Joe says, I'm from Fashionable Male. Yes, that's right. That's right. Shannon Hamilton from Fashionable Male. Joe, he says, Roxanne tells Joe, who's your favorite new kid? Call me Donnie. Call me Joey. It says, yes, they talked out. Roxanne's reminding us about the Kevin Smith live that we saw when they did the showing here at Elmo Draft House. She says they talked after they turned off the air conditioner and Kevin was sweating like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Joe says, damn, I missed that show here. Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman were here and some solo in Austin. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Terrence Howard. Shit, I forgot what we were talking about regarding Terrence Howard. That I couldn't think of. We got it. So Kung Pao. That's the movie.
Okay.
Legend of the Fist or something
Kung
like
Pao.
that. Legend of the Fist.
Into the Fist.
Into the Fist. Into the Fist. Yeah.
I was thinking we didn't. I was thinking of Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
I thought that one was a really funny one
hilarious.
too.
Double A, get me up on the Terrence Howard thing. What did I say? I know I missed something. He's like, you're black, they're white. I know, that's something I can't remember. Oh my god, there's too much comedy stuff here.
Is that in Mallrats? Or is that in Chasing Amy?
I don't remember that. I don't remember. Double A, get me right. I'm reading through. So John, yeah, I knew John and Roxy were gonna get on the Kung Pao. Roxanne, of course, the End of the Fist. John says Ghostbusters, probably my all-time favorite movie of all the '80s. That's a bold ass statement. The entire '80s Ghostbusters. Robin Hood Men in Tights, yes, with a Chew. Chappelle as a Chew. You see Men in Tights? Like a Robin Hood.
I think I've seen pieces, but not. It's a comedy, right? It's a comedy.
Yeah, comedy. Jess says Airplane, love Airplane. Leslie Nielsen, of course, The Naked Guns.
Anchorman's good.
Joe says Anchorman, love Anchorman. Drinking some Miller High Life in that one. John Holty Bear says Baldwin. Roxy says Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin.
I knew Pauly Shore was in it.
Holty says Talladega Nights.
That's a good one.
Oh, Ruby, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. You know what? I don't know if people think of it as a comedy. I don't know. It is funny. It's funny, Ruby, that you say that because I think of a lot of Tarantino's movies as comedies, believe it or not. They just strike me as funny. So, that's how I approach them. Holty says movie 43. We were talking about that. Oh, Double A says movie 43 with Terrence Howard. Yeah, totally. Guys, I just hit the break button on the audio version. I've already read through all your comments, though. Man, it has been totally real reading all those and talking about that. Hang out with me for a second while I wait for that part to process, and then I'll do my outro here with you guys. Hey, guys, we just want to say again, please stay safe out there. Again, we're self-quarantining. We live in the same household, me and my sister here, and a couple of other of our family members. And so, we're going to do that for a little bit here. We really want to see things cool down. Crazy ass week. Super, just nuts. It's a nuts week. So we needed a laugh. I'm glad that we all got to chime in, think about some of our favorite comedy movies.
I think this might have been what everybody needed a little bit of.
Yeah.
Because of everything that's going on. And,
And there's a bright side, I think in that saying this, a cool thing that happened is that like we are seeing like the first ever elected female vice president. Mm-hmm. She's biracial, so a person of color. So that's very cool. Again, we don't get political on the Just Another Friday Night podcast, but that's not a political thing. That's a people thing, guys. You know what I mean? Seeing someone to step up and do accomplish that, you know what I mean? A lady will be in that seat of power, man. Super awesome. So we're extremely about that, and it kind of tie that together. We got a lady here in the house co-hosting with me now on this episode, our first episode without Double A, which is weird. You know what I mean? So, but here with us in the comments, here with us in more than in spirit. And again, guys, if we have to do this virtual or somehow or other way next week, we will. But we will be back, and we're going to be here every Friday night that we can be here. You know what I mean? Like y'all saw my post, use the Queen songs. It's late because it is, and show must go on because it must.
It's Friday.
If Double A was in my situation, he'd be doing the same thing, and he'd be doing the podcast there, maybe with his wife or maybe one of his kiddos. That'd be pretty cool. You know what I mean? So whatever we got to do, guys. Like we always tell you, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. So that's what we're gonna do. But guys, I'm gonna bring us back real quick onto the recording side and record a quick little outro to say goodnight to everybody here. If you give me just a second and hang on. But seriously, guys, thanks, man. All the comedy stuff, all the comedy love, the movies.
It was good.
We totally talked about one show. I know there's so many comedy shows. That could be a whole episode, guys. Yeah. And we want to get Double A to weigh in on this in person on some comedy stuff. So we'll save a little bit of the comedy pie for him. Maybe we'll do History of the World of Comedy Part 2. You know what I mean? So definitely gonna read a few more of y'all's comments on the way out. But love that Ruby put Fear and Loathing. Holty mentioning movie 43, which we've been talking about. Double A says this. Amy, you were awesome. You were definitely our Jay Leno, David Letterman to our Johnny Carson show. Excellent job. Excellent episode. Yeah, the late show, right, Double A? Love you guys. Hey, we love you too, brother, man. Next week, gonna be back.
Thanks, cousin. Love you.
Foxy Roxy says, great job, Amy. Also, I love white chicks.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely hilarious. Jessica agrees wholeheartedly with Roxanne on that. Holty Bear says, great jobs, guys. Keep making them. I'll keep listening. Love the little Stan Lee tribute there, Mallrats. Jess says, great job to
Thanks,
Amy.
Sis.
Holty Bear, Three Amigos. Love the Three Amigos.
The singing bush.
Yes, Ruby says, please stay safe. Ruby, you also.
Too, Ruby.
We miss you and we love you. And Ann says, love white chicks. Guys.
What's not to love?
It has been, all the ways.
I met Terry Crews.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. At the airport, right?
And he's just as big as he looks on TV.
And nice, you said, right?
He was very nice. Very nice.
Did you get an autograph?
So I did not get an autograph because I was too fucking nervous.
Too nervous. Too nice. Right? See, San Antonio, you're just too nice. But sis, man, thank you for coming on the show and helping me out.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I hope for future episodes. I know no one really knows, but we actually talked about creating and doing our own podcast aside from the one that you already have with our cousin Adamantium. Mm-hmm. And maybe that would be something that could be done.
Maybe.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe.
Man, look at this trying to caulk her own shit on our show, Double A. What a
Hey,
shame,
I'm blood. I can do that.
No, yeah. Hey, there's many avenues out there. I mean, we don't really we use our Instagram obviously to promote, but we don't really go live on that. So I don't know if I've seen Instagram live shows. So there's many other avenues to definitely explore on that.
Or just be more. I'm more available to be. On the show with you guys. I mean, I had a great time last time, even though you're all shit-faced.
Yeah,
and this has been really awesome. We are in the comfort of our own home, because we have to be right now. But I'm just super grateful, super proud of you guys for doing this, and I'm glad that I could be a part of it.
Yeah, totally. I'm definitely glad that I had someone here to kind of cover my back. I did let Double A know I was a little bit nervous being without him. And, again, we're going to get our technology stuff worked out and fixed here. And I got rigged up a little light and a little table. And, here we are. And it's cold out here where we're sitting right now, guys. I'll tell you that. It's
really cold.
Not warm like inside. So our lower limbs are pretty numb. But, guys, talking the world of comedy has definitely been a joy. Joe says good night.
Bye.
Double A says awesome. So good night to all you guys there. Again, thank you so much for being up with us late. It's 12:17. Go get some TV on, or you know what? Stay up and hang out and drink. It's Friday night, right? You know what I mean? We got our microphone out here. We might sing a little karaoke just by ourselves. Who knows? Guys, something I like to say at the end of every show is to remind you guys if there's something that you want to do, someone that you want to be. You want to make a podcast? You want to make a YouTube show? Today's the day. Seize the day. Get on there. Do it. Don't wait around. You know what I mean? Me, I've waited all day to put on this show, whatever, trying to avoid being without my partner. Double A it was inevitable that it had to be done. The show must go on. So if you have something that you want to do, doesn't matter what it is. You know what I mean? It could be going to get a new job, switching roles, making more money, going for a run, you know what I mean? Whatever if you made some kind of resolution, don't fall back on it. Go for it today. You know what I mean? It's like today's the day. Seize the day. And that's going to take a lot to do. It's going to be, it's not going to be easy. You know what I mean? There's going to be, you're going to encounter challenges, but you just got to keep going. Do whatever it takes.
Never give up.
The way we get the whatever it takes from Captain America in Avengers Endgame when he tells the team, you know what I mean? We go out there, no mistakes. We only got one shot at this, whatever it takes to do it. So, guys, for myself, CM Chuck here at Just Another Friday Night, and
me, the most awesome co-host ever.
Besides my co-host Double A, Untamable Amy in the house, filling in and doing a great job of it. I really appreciate it, guys, and thanks for hanging out with us so late on this all haha.
Thank you guys so much.
Episode. It's been real, guys. We love you, and we're out of here. Good night.